All right, dear children, welcome back to the class. Today we'll have a look at a very important chapter that is called Sources of Energy. And today is first lecture, introductory lecture. You will get to know so many things. Okay. What do you mean by energy, dear children? If I ask you energy, you will tell me one simple definition. What is that? Capacity to do work, sir. What is that? Capacity to do work is called energy. Correct? So this is the definition what you are going to give me. Okay, capacity to do work is called energy. Now again, if I ask you what is unit of energy, what is a unit of energy, you will definitely say, sir, unit of energy is a joule, sir, or you may be saying calorie, joule or calorie, you may say that. Okay. Now, what are the different forms of energy, dear children? You understand the different forms of energy, no? Forms of energy. What are the different forms of energy? Can somebody?
Light energy.
The screen is not visible.
The screen is not visible, sir.
So I shared my screen, no, already. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
I was
Yes, sir.
talking about this. I was talking about energy, dear children. So I was talking about this energy. Energy means capacity to do work. Okay, that is only called as energy. And unit of energy is joule or calorie. That's what I have given here. And forms of energy. What are the different forms of energy? Tell me. I gave you one. Somebody gave me light energy. Then what else?
Solar energy. Energy.
Solar energy. Good. Tell one by one.
Electrical.
Once you have told electrical energy. Okay, good. Please make a note of all these things. Electrical energy.
Mechanical energy,
Already,
sir.
already about this electrical energy you have studied, no, dear children, in one chapter called electricity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Have you studied or not? Already you have studied, no, dear children. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Already you got to know about so many things about electrical energy. Okay, next. What else?
Muscular energy. Mechanical energy,
Muscular.
sir.
Muscular energy. And somebody told mechanical energy. Mechanical energy you have studied in 9th standard, no? In mechanical energy, how many types are there? There are two types of mechanical energy, no? One is potential energy, another is kinetic energy, no?
Kinetic.
Yeah. Then after that, then what else? Then any energy, any forms of energy, what you know?
Energy, sir.
Sorry?
Gravitational.
Gravitational energy. Okay, fine. Gravitational potential
Wind.
energy it is, but gravitation, wind
Wind.
energy. Okay, good. Wind energy. Next.
Thermal energy.
Wind, thermal energy. Somebody said thermal. Thermal means heat. Okay. Hydrothermal power plant. We are going to study. Thermal means heat. Okay. Then
Tidal energy, sir.
tidal energy. Good. Tidal. Tide means tide. All these waves and all tides. We have no tidal energy. Good. Next.
Sound energy.
Sound energy. Good. Sound energy you have studied. No. Where you studied? You have studied it in 9th standard. No. Already.
Yes, sir.
This one you have studied in 9th standard. There was a chapter called sound. No. Yes. Okay. Already you have studied. Then what else? Next. Tell me.
Nuclear, sir. Nuclear.
Very good. Nuclear energy, very, very important type of energy, form of energy, nuclear energy. Then there is something called geothermal energy. Geothermal energy. Next, we have ocean thermal energy. Ocean thermal energy. Now you must be wondering what are these energy? Chemical energy. Yes, we have something called chemical. All this petrol and diesel, they are chemical energy, no? Chemical energy. Then we have something called bioenergy. Okay, bioenergy. Like that, there are so many types of forms of energy, no, dear children? Yes or no? So if you want solar energy, where you go? I mean, look for sun, you know. You want light energy means you look for this bulbs, or you may be looking for sun also. Muscular energy means you look for your muscles, correct? I mean, this potential energy means you are going to look at that syntax, or you are going to look at that spring. Kinetic energy means motion, you will see. Gravitational energy means celestial bodies, big bodies. Whatever big bodies are there, the energy between them you will see. Wind energy means you go for wind. Thermal energy means you go for coal to heat. Tidal energy means you go for sea. Sound energy for you go for people, or you go for speakers, right? Nuclear energy means you go to nuclear power plant. Whatever nuclear power plant is there, you go there. Geothermal, geo means earth. Okay, you go inside earth. Ocean thermal means you go to ocean. Chemical energy means you go to petrol pump or diesel, or maybe some other thing. Bioenergy means you go to forest. Like that, for every energy there must be some source, no? Yes or no? All energies, all forms of energies, whatever forms of energies are there, all forms of energies are derived from ಸಮ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಾ ತಗೋಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನ. ಒಂದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹೆಸರೇನು? ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಓಕೆ, is it clear whatever I have told?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so sources of energy. Now, what is a good source of energy? Now they will ask you one question: what are the characteristics? What are the, very important question it is, what are the characteristics of good source of energy? Good source of energy. Okay, what are the characteristics of good source of energy? We want good source of energy, no? Can somebody tell me what are the characteristics of good source of energy?
They should be easily available, sir.
Characteristics of good source of energy means that energy, for example, in Mudol I want nuclear energy, means where will I get? So for in Mudol, nuclear energy is not a good source of energy right now. Characteristic, for example, I want to heat water. Okay, will I get nuclear energy? Is there any nuclear power plant? Characteristics of a good source of energy means that is like it should be easily available. That is the first point. It should be easily available. Very good. Next, second one. Tell me.
Process, sir.
Sorry?
It should be renewable resources, sir.
It should be, I will come to that. It should be renewable. It should be easily stored. It should be easily stored. Okay. Where do you store electrical energy? You store it in batteries, no, in your mobile phone and all. It is easy to store, no? Electrical energy is very easy to store. We need a battery. It should be easily stored. And next one is, it should be easily transported. It should be easily transported. Okay. Now it's very difficult to carry electricity, or it's very difficult to carry petrol. Which one is easy to carry? Tell me. Electricity we can carry easily, no? Yeah, in the form of battery, we keep power banks and all, we carry it. But petrol, it becomes difficult for us. It is dangerous. It should be easily transported. Okay. Next, it should have high calorific value. It should have high calorific value. What is this calorific value? I will tell you. It should have high calorific value. High calorific value means it should give more energy for less amount. Okay, it should have high calorific value, and it should be cheap. It should be, rather than saying cheap, it should be economic. Let's say economic. Okay, it should be economic. It should be economic. Economic means less price. So understood these 5 points, dear children? Got this point, 5
Yes,
points?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the meaning of calorific value? Calorific value means, its meaning is energy given on usage, on using, energy given on using per unit mass. Per unit mass is called calorific value. Okay, I'll explain, don't worry. Is called calorific value. Okay, now look at this. For example, I have a source of energy A, one form of energy, source of energy A, another source of energy B. Okay, here only this much material is there. Okay, big material. Let me take, this is 1 kg. Okay, now I used it. What I did, I used it. After that using, I saw that it gave only 100 joule of energy. It gave 100 joule of energy. Now this one, this is also 1 kg. Okay, here also 1 kg material is there. That is a second source of energy. And I used it and I saw that it gave 10,000 joule of energy. Now, which one is having high calorific value? Tell me. This is having more calorific value, no? Here, this source of energy, whatever this second one is there, don't you think this is having a high energy per unit mass? High energy per unit mass is there, no, dear children?
Exactly.
High energy per unit. What is that? That is like 10,000 joule per kg. If you use 1 kg means here it is coming 10,000 joule. But here, how? What is the calorific value? What is the calorific value here? Tell me. Calorific value here, calorific value here, whatever we have done, that is 1,000. That is just 100 joule per kg, no? So it is having low calorific value. Now, which one will you prefer? You want source of energy A or source of energy B?
B, sir.
B, right? Yes or no? I mean, in less amount, it is giving more energy. So that's why it is known as, I mean, it is having high calorific value. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Calorific value meaning is understood. They may ask you what is the calorific, what do you mean by define calorific value? They may ask you at that time, you should be able to answer like that. Okay? Now, whatever these sources of energies are there, no, dear children, these sources, SOE, from now onwards, I'm going to use the word SOE. These are divided into mainly two parts. One is conventional sources of energy. What is that? Conventional source of energy. Another is non-conventional. You must have heard these words. Okay? Non-conventional source of energy. These non-conventional source of energy are there. No, they are also called as modern source of energy, or they are also called as new source of energy. New source of energy. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, what do you mean by conventional sources of energy, dear children? Conventional source of energy. What do you mean by conventional source of energy? Can someone tell me? You must have heard about it already.
Which are used
Ancient.
since ages.
The sources of energy, which are being used, since ages. Since ages means since very old time. Since ages means since, I mean, old time, since very long. Okay, I mean, starting of this human race. Those are conventional sources of energy. Can somebody give me what are the examples of conventional sources of energy?
Petrol.
Coal and
Solar
petroleum.
energy.
Coal, no?
Fossil fuels,
Coal.
sir.
Petrol, okay, fossil fuels. Just, I mean, coal means fossil. She's saying fossil fuels. Okay, in this fossil fuels only, all those comes. Coal, petrol, diesel, petroleum products, all those come. Next, fossil fuels, coal, everything. Fossil fuels. That's it. Solar energy, is it
Solar.
conventional source of energy? See, somebody tell me, if I write solar energy here, is it? I mean, is it correct? Solar energy is conventional source of energy. Is it correct? See, recently we have learned about this solar energy to use it. No, it comes under non-conventional source of energy. Dear children. This do not come in conventional source. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, it is like we are using this solar energy. Our ancestors are using this solar energy to dry the cloths. Okay, to dry their food. Okay, so all that they're using, but mainly the usage of the solar energy to heat, okay, to produce this electricity and all, recently we have learned it, no? So that's why I don't think it should be considered in conventional source of energy. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. So next, what is that? I mean, conventional sources of energy is there. Now this coal and is there, no? I mean, how it is produced and all, that's a different issue. What are the, I mean, disadvantages of using this coal? What is the disadvantages of using coal? Tell me. Disadvantages of using fossil fuels, or you can say coal also, no issues. Okay. What are the disadvantages? What is the first disadvantage? First of all, they are
Causes
non-renewable, no? They are non-renewable, right? They get over, no? Over certain period of time.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Now you may be asking, sir, what is non-renewable? We'll come to that also. Renewable and non-renewable. Already you must have heard about these words in 8th standard, 7th standard and all. Have you heard these words, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Next, they cause pollution, no? They
Yes, sir.
cause pollution.
Air
Yes, a lot
pollution,
of
sir.
pollution. Okay, they cause a lot of pollution. Okay, lot of pollution.
Dangerous to
And are they
produce.
easy? Uh, sorry, sorry. Dangerous to
Carbon dioxide.
produce.
Dangerous. Dangerous to produce, sir.
See, I mean, they cause pollution. They are non-renewable. I mean, totally. I mean, these
Lead
are
to
the main
acid
two
rain,
reasons.
sir.
That's what they cause pollution means. Out of that, in this pollution, we're having greenhouse gases. We have this CO2. We have carbon monoxide. We have sulfur dioxide. We have so many things. And because of this sulfur dioxide only, what happens? Acid rain happens. No, so that's a different issue. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct, no? Okay. So because of this SO2 only, whenever this SO2 reacts with H2O, so what is produced? H2SO3 or H2SO4. I mean, those things are produced, H2SO4. So that's a different issue. Chemistry ma'am will teach you all those things. Okay, so that is called as acid rain. Okay, so because of this, there are, I mean, they cause acid rain. You can write like that also. They cause acid rain. So many things you can write, disadvantages. Okay, advantages means they are available in large quantity, whatever these things are there, no. Advantages means, I mean, they are there in limited quantity only, they will get over. Advantages means, what are the advantages? Large reserves are available. Okay, petrol they're using since so many years, but still it is going on. Large reserves are available in the world. Large reserves means already they are there. Okay, they're easily available. Okay, petrol and all you can easily get it. Diesel and all you can easily get it. And calorific value is also good. Whatever calorific value is there, calorific value is quite good. Okay, it's not bad, it's quite good. Okay, so these are the things. I mean, they can be stored also. They are stored in the proper way. They become, I mean, individual level they become difficult, but on the large scale in petrol pumps and all, it becomes easy to store and all. Okay, so these are the advantages. So but still these whatever renewable conventional sources of energy are there, no, they are non-renewable. Already I have told you. That's why we have to go for what energies, dear children? We have to go for non-conventional sources of energy. Clear? What we should go for? We should go for non-conventional sources of energy. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so conventional sources of energies, whatever conventional source of energy are there, conventional source of energy are about to over. I mean, they will get over one day. Conventional sources of energy are non-renewable. Non-renewable. So we have to look for. So we have to look for alternate sources. Alternate source of energy. These alternate source of energy are themselves are non-conventional source of energy. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, already I told you non-conventional source means modern source of energy. I mean, new sources of energy. Can you give some examples for non-conventional source of energy, dear children?
Solar energy.
Solar
Solar
energy.
energy. Then
Wind energy.
wind energy. Wind energy.
Wind energy, sir.
Then wind energy. Then
Energy from
nu
the sea, sir.
nuclear
Tidal.
energy. Nuclear energy. Energy from the sea. Energy from the sea means that tidal energy, ocean thermal energy, all that energy from sea. Then geothermal energy. Okay, these are the new things. Geothermal energy. Next, ocean thermal energy. Ocean thermal energy. All that tidal energy, wave energy. Correct? All these are the examples for non-conventional source of energy. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll see one by one we'll start to see them. Next, again, these sources of energy, so you know this classification already. These are divided into two parts. What are they? First one is like renewable source of energy. Everybody knows it. Renewable source of energy. What is the next one? Non-renewable source of energy, no? Okay. What is the meaning of a renewable source of energy? I mean, the sources of energy which gets replenished, which never ends, which will never get over. They are called renewable source of energy. Source of energy, which do not get depleted, on usage are called renewable sources of energy. What are a non-renewable source of energy? Source of energy which gets depleted, on usage, are called non-renewable source of energy. Clear? No? Quite simple it is. Can you give some examples for renewable source of energy and non-renewable source of energy?
Wind energy, sir.
Solar energy, wind energy, okay, all these things, renewable source of energy. Non-renewable source of energy, fossil fuels, no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So you can see that these renewable sources of energies are there, no? These are non-conventional sources of energies also. Whatever non-conventional source of energy are there, those non-conventional source of energy are renewable in nature. And whatever conventional sources of energies are there, no? Those conventional sources of energies are non-renewable in nature. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is how you need to compare. Now, sources of energy, you must have understood renewable and non-renewable, and you must have got to know about conventional source and non-conventional source, and you must have got to know about what are the characteristics of a good source of energy and what is the meaning of calorific value. Right, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you have to take the help of textbook to understand a few things. Okay. I mean, all those things are discussed one by one. Everybody made notes of this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. So moving forward, so we have this textbook here. Already I have downloaded that. Okay. Science textbook, sources of energy. So in this sources of energy, you can read this. See, this chapter is all about reading, dear children. It's not like I mean somebody has to teach you, then only you are going to understand. It is not at all like that. Okay, that kind of things are not there in this chapter. So the main thing is that you have to be reading this chapter to understand. I mean, are you in a position to read this with patience, dear children? You have to read it, then only you'll understand. Will you start from this first paragraph, dear children? I mean, this one, will you read? Will you
Yes,
take
sir.
time to read this? Okay, you have to read that. Then you have to look for what is good source of energy. You have to read that. Once the class is over, you have to read that. Okay, then you have to read these activities and all. Okay, now we haven't written one more thing in good source of energy. You can add up here only. So whatever that good source of energy is there, no, so you can add up immediately that point so that it won't be missed afterwards. So whatever it is there, we have to write it now only. So I have given you what are the characteristics of good source of energy, no, dear children. So in characteristics of this good source of energy, you can write few things here. So what is that? It should be easily available. I have given you already. It should be easily stored. It should be easily transported. It should have high calorific value. It should be economic, and it should be pollution free. You can write that point also. It should not produce pollution. Will you write it here?
Yes, sir.
It should
Yes,
be. It should be pollution free. Pollution free. Okay. I mean, it should not produce any smoke. I mean, much of smoke and all. Okay, it should, if it is producing also, it should produce less pollution, but ideally it should be pollution free. Okay, 6 characteristics. All right, I remembered by looking at that. By looking at the textbook, we'll get to know so many things. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes. Did you write this point? It should be pollution free.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay, fine then. See, this is a very general chapter. I'm very happy that you have asked me this. General as in, I mean, this will give you a lot of perspective into the chapter. Okay, once you start to look, see this conventional source of energy, they have mentioned about this fossil fuels and how much percentage it is used. Okay, for examination purpose, these things won't be there for, but for your general understanding, you should be having idea. In India, still we use lots of fossil and fuels. That is like coal, petrol, and diesel. Will be using them. Okay, lots and lots of it. So you have to read this. Then thermal power plant, hydropower plant. These and I mean, what is the meaning of this? I mean, this dam and all, how water comes, how the turbine is rotating. All these things are explained. Then biomass. Then we have this biogas plant. This is also called as gobar gas plant. Okay, you must have heard about gobar gas. Then you must have seen these windmills and all near Ramdurg while going to Ramdurg. Then while going to Nargund, you must have seen these wind plants. What are the questions that can arise from this? Already in school section also, I must have given so many questions. What are the uses of using wind energy? What are the uses of disadvantages of setting up wind energy farm? So all those things questions I have given, no, dear children, in school when I was teaching. Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Next,
sir.
alternate or a non-conventional sources of energy. We have come to this solar energy. Then we have come to this, ocean thermal energy, geothermal energy, nuclear energy. Okay. So all those things are there. I mean, then environmental consequences. Okay. How long will an energy source last us? How long it will be there? Petrol, how long it will be there? Now we are going for electric cars, no? Electrical vehicles we guys are going, right? So there is a lot of, I mean, discoveries. I mean, so many people are introducing these electrical vehicles, no, dear children? Maybe when you reach now you guys are like nearly about 16 years or something like that. When you reach your 26 years, in another 10 years, there is a possibility that completely vehicles will be on electricity, right? In China and all, they are giving a lot of importance to these electrical vehicles. They are investing a lot of money in China. They are investing. Okay, but in India, it's going on, but still more pushing is required. So we have to look for this electricity, and so many questions are there. See, this is a very simple and very general chapter. Will you read at least up to this, dear children? Leave this. I mean, at least up to this. I mean, this point, alternate or non-conventional source of energy is there, no? Up to this, will you read, dear children?
Yes, sir.
See how
Yes,
many
sir.
Yes,
pages it
sir.
is. Maybe one, two, three, four, five, and six. 6 pages. Are you having that patience to read these 6 pages after the class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Read these 6 pages, and in the next class, when I connect with you guys, I'll be forming you so many questions. I formed so many questions today. Okay, important questions I have given you. I have given you the feel of the sources of energy chapter. When we connect in the next class, these 6 pages we'll discuss. Starting 6 pages, what is there, we'll be discussing them. Then we'll move forward to other things. All right, dear children.
Yes, sir.
Will you read or not? Tell me first of all. You have to be reading. If you read, then only I will depart from the class. Otherwise, I'll be continuing. What is the point? See, once I'm my point. No, from Kalparuksha classes, it's like it's not only teaching again and again and again and again. No, I mean that we'll be doing in revision session. That definitely we do it in revision session. Those things are there. But it's like I want you guys to read. I mean, till when you will be dependent on some other people? I mean, you have to have that habit of reading on your own. Will you have that habit of reading on your own, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Reading on your own, it's a very important characteristic of a student, good student. So if you start to read on your own, I mean, nobody can stop you. Okay, nobody can stop you. Okay, you have to, you will keep on learning so many things, and you will excel in your academics. Okay, all right, I expect you to read I mean, for this 7:50, no, you have another maybe 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 25 minutes. So I want all of you to read that chapter. I will be posting that also. All right, dear children.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then take care, have a good day, and bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Bye
sir.
Thank you,
everyone.
sir.
Thank
Bye,
you.
sir.
Bye
Bye, sir.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye everyone.